Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the English Story Podcast. I'm your host, Emily.
And I'm John, so excited to be here today.
Same here. John, how's your day going so far?
It's been great. I've been working on some personal goals lately, and it's been really motivating.
That's awesome. Today's topic ties in perfectly with that. We're talking about how to become the best version of yourself, something we can all strive for in different areas of our lives.
Absolutely. Becoming the best version of yourself isn't about being perfect. It's about progress, growth, and making small, meaningful changes that help you live a more fulfilled life.
Exactly. In this episode, we'll share practical strategies for self-improvement and share insights from our own journeys. We'll cover everything from building healthy habits to managing setbacks and celebrating your wins.
And as always, we'll break down any tricky words or phrases so everyone can follow along. Let's get started.
The first step to becoming the best version of yourself is to define what that actually means to you. John, how do you recommend people figure this out?
It starts with reflecting on what areas of your life you want to improve, whether it's your career, relationships, health, or personal growth. Ask yourself questions like, what kind of person do I want to be? And what values matter most to me?
That's a great point. Once you have a vision, the next step is setting clear goals. I always tell my students to make their goals SMART: specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. For example, instead of saying, I want to be healthier, a SMART goal would be, I'll exercise for 30 minutes 3 times a week.
I love that approach. And don't forget to write your goals down. Studies show that people who write down their goals are more likely to achieve them.
Absolutely, and remember, your goals should align with your values and your long-term vision. It's about creating a roadmap to your best self.
Also, it's okay if your vision changes over time. Growth isn't linear. Your goals can evolve as you learn more about yourself.
Let's talk about habits, because habits are what shape our daily lives. John, what's your take on building habits that stick?
I think the key is to start small and stay consistent. For example, if you want to read more, start with 10 minutes a day instead of trying to finish an entire book in one sitting. Small actions done consistently lead to big results over time.
That's so true. I like to use something called habit stacking. It's where you attach a new habit to an existing one. For example, if you already make coffee every morning, you can stack a habit by saying, while my coffee brews, I'll write in my gratitude journal.
That's a great strategy. And don't forget about accountability. Share your goals with someone you trust. They can help you stay on track and encourage you when things get tough.
Yes, and don't be too hard on yourself if you slip up. It's normal to miss a day or two. What matters is getting back on track and not giving up.
Exactly. Progress isn't about perfection. It's about showing up consistently, even in small ways.
Next up is something we've both talked about a lot: having a growth mindset. John, how would you define a growth mindset?
A growth mindset is the belief that your abilities and intelligence can be developed through hard work, dedication, and learning from mistakes. It's the opposite of a fixed mindset where people believe they're either good or bad at something and can't change.
That's spot on. I always remind my students that failure is just feedback. It's not the end of the road, but a stepping stone toward improvement.
Exactly. For example, when I first started coding, I made so many mistakes. But instead of thinking, I'm bad at this, I told myself, I'm learning. That mindset shift helped me improve faster.
I've had similar experiences in teaching. When a lesson doesn't go as planned, instead of feeling discouraged, I reflect on what I can do differently next time.
That's a great approach. A growth mindset not only helps you learn new skills, it also builds resilience, which is essential for becoming the best version of yourself.
Becoming your best self also means making the most of your time. John, do you have any go-to strategies for time management?
I swear by time blocking. I schedule specific time slots for tasks on my calendar, which helps me stay focused and avoid distractions.
I do something similar. I also prioritize my big 3 tasks for the day, the 3 things that will make the biggest impact. If I accomplish those, I know I've had a productive day.
And let's not forget about taking breaks. The Pomodoro technique, where you work for 25 minutes and then take a 5-minute break, is a great way to stay productive without burning out.
Yes, breaks are so important. Even a quick walk or stretch can recharge your energy and improve your focus.
The key is to work smarter, not harder. Time is one of the few things we can't get back, so using it wisely is a game changer.
Another essential part of becoming your best self is prioritizing self-care. John, what does self-care look like for you?
For me, self care is making time for things that recharge me, like going to the gym, cooking a healthy meal, or simply disconnecting from screens for a while.
That's so important. Self-care isn't selfish, it's essential. I like to schedule time for self-care, just like I schedule work tasks. It reminds me that rest and relaxation are just as important as productivity.
Absolutely. And self care looks different for everyone. For some, it might be a yoga session. For others, it might be binge watching a favorite TV show guilt free.
Exactly. The point is to listen to what your mind and body need. When you take care of yourself, you show up better in every aspect of your life.
Self care is about balance. You can't PR from an empty cup, so make sure to refill yours.
Let's talk about the power of your environment. John, how important do you think it is to surround yourself with positivity?
It's crucial. The people you spend time with and the content you consume can have a huge impact on your mindset. Surrounding yourself with positive influences can help you stay motivated and focused.
Exactly. I also believe in curating my social media feed, following accounts that inspire and uplift me instead of ones that make me feel negative or stressed.
That's a great tip. And if you can, spend time with people who support your goals and challenge you to grow. Positive relationships can be a powerful source of encouragement.
And don't forget to be your own source of positivity. Positive affirmations, like I am capable or I am growing, can help shift your mindset and boost your confidence.
Your environment includes your inner dialogue. Speak to yourself the way you would to a friend, with kindness and support.
Here's a big one: learning to embrace failure. John, how do you handle setbacks?
I try to view failures as learning opportunities. Instead of asking, why did this happen to me? I ask, what can I learn from this?
That's such a healthy mindset. When we reframe failure as feedback, it loses its power to discourage us.
And don't compare your journey to someone else's. Everyone's path is different, and failure is just part of the process.
Exactly. Even the most successful people have faced failure. It's how they grew stronger and more resilient.
Right. Thomas Edison famously said, I didn't fail 1,000 times. The light bulb was an invention with 1,000 steps. Failure isn't the end, it's a step forward.
That's a great example. The important thing is to keep moving. Learn from the experience, adjust your approach, and try again. Every failure is just another step toward success.
And remember, mistakes don't define you. How you respond to them does.
Now let's talk about something we don't always do enough: celebrating our wins. John, how do you like to celebrate your achievements?
Honestly, it depends on the goal. For smaller wins, I'll treat myself to something simple, like a good cup of coffee or a movie night. For bigger wins, I might plan a weekend trip or something more exciting.
That sounds great. I do something similar. Celebrating doesn't have to be extravagant. It can be as simple as saying, I'm proud of myself, or taking a moment to reflect on how far you've come.
Exactly. Acknowledging your progress, no matter how small, keeps you motivated and reinforces positive habits.
Yes, if you only focus on what's next without appreciating your progress, you'll miss out on the joy of growth.
I agree. Celebrating your wins also helps you build confidence. It reminds you that you're capable of achieving your goals.
So don't be afraid to pause, reflect, and celebrate. It's an important part of becoming the best version of yourself. Becoming the best version of yourself is a lifelong journey. John, how do you make sure you're always learning and growing?
I make learning a habit, whether it's reading a book, taking an online course, or listening to podcasts. I'm always looking for ways to expand my knowledge.
That's so important. I believe in learning from different sources: books, experiences, conversations with others. Everyone has something valuable to teach us.
And personal growth isn't just about formal learning. Trying new things, stepping out of your comfort zone, and reflecting on your experiences are all ways to grow.
Yes, growth happens when you're willing to embrace change and push your boundaries.
I also recommend setting learning goals. For example, read one self-improvement book this month, or practice a new skill for 10 minutes a day.
Lifelong learning keeps you curious, adaptable, and inspired. It's a big part of becoming the best version of yourself. Our final section is an important reminder. Be kind to yourself. Self-compassion is a key part of growth.
Absolutely. We're often our own worst critics, but beating yourself up over mistakes or setbacks doesn't help. It only holds you back.
Exactly. Instead of saying, I failed, try saying, I'm learning. Shift your inner dialogue to be more supportive and forgiving.
I also think self-care plays a role here. Take time to recharge when you need it and don't feel guilty for resting.
Yes. Self-kindness also means knowing when to give yourself grace and when to push yourself gently forward.
The journey to becoming your best self will have ups and downs. Being kind to yourself makes that journey more rewarding and sustainable.
It's about treating yourself with the same kindness and understanding you would offer a close friend. Well, that brings us to the end of today's episode. We've shared practical strategies for becoming the best version of yourself, from setting goals and building habits to embracing failure and celebrating your wins.
Yes, and remember, personal growth is a journey, not a race. Focus on progress, not perfection.
Exactly. Take small steps every day, and before you know it, you'll see how much you've grown.
Thanks for joining us today. And Emily, as always, it's been great chatting with you.
Likewise, John, we hope today's episode inspires you to reflect, reset, and take action toward becoming the best version of yourself.
Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you enjoyed this episode. And let us know in the comments, what's one goal you're working on to become your best self?
Take care, everyone, and remember your best self is already within you. You've got this.